It's Monday. Just leaving my truck. Probably can't see, it's too dark. I'm the only employee here that is going to work. Everybody's here. See all the trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And one across the street. 25 trucks. I don't see any employee cars, so they're all here. The rest are probably over by the shop. So they always say about 30 trucks they have. But I have to go to Minneapolis. It's time to go and connect the trailer and go over there. I have to be there. They open at 7 in the morning. It's 5 hours there. It's about 12:30 in the morning right now. So it's all about getting ready to go back to work. Rise and shine. Alright, I gotta fix this trailer here. I don't have these lights, and I didn't have the tail lights, but now I do. I got it all hooked up, but that's the bright ones. Those are the brake lights. No top clearance yet, and I don't have the side markers. I just have the side lights. I'm using that power to power this. I don't even have a license plate light yet. So you can see what I got here. But I jumped over to the other ones. This is what I'm doing here. See, I took this apart and I put a jumper right here. And I got that, the lights that you see that's bright on the tail lights. Before I didn't have nothing, but that's the jumper. And then I have to put a jumper on this one. These two here are the top when it comes down to the top lights that are working right now. That's these top ones. And that's powered. Everything from my harness is coming in here, but it's not coming to these contacts, these wires. So I'm touching them all to make sure I got the side markers. I'm going to put up here, this jumper. And that will be, let's see here, here's my jumper. This is how I make my jumpers. And once I put a jumper here, let me see if I could do it with one hand so I can show you all. Once I put a jumper there, done that. That way I can show you. Alright. See, I got the jumper. Once I got that jumper on that, then I have these corner lights now. See, now I'm legal. Now I got that, so I'm gonna put that jumper on, plus the tail light, as you can see. And then I got my license plate light now. But it's all about putting jumpers on, but the ones in the middle seem too bright. They seem to be brake lights. But I'm gonna put the four-way flashers on and see what happens. But you can see my dilemma before I leave. You can't do anything until you're legal when it comes to lights. Well, once you put four-way flashers on. Alright, so the four-way flashers are working. Oh, corners went out. So as you see, that's something to do with the brake light. Unless my jumper fell out, but yeah, the jumper probably fell out. But I think that's it. It's just putting that jumper on. See, you can see I did 2 jumpers from the top, the right and left, that way it doesn't overpower it. Yeah, the jumper loosened there. Now I got corner lights. I got those lights. Everything looks legal now. Alright, ready to hit the road once I put that jumper on there. That's looking good. But that's a headache. Oh, tops just went out. Got a serious problem with this truck. I have a feeling it's that jumper. Once I tighten it, it won't do that. But never ending. You see my chores here. Well, taking 2 bolts and taking this off, getting to your wiring harness. Okay, I changed it up. Main thing is you have to use a continuity tester. These you can buy anywhere. That's what this looks like. And you'll see how the light turns on when you do that. So when the blinker's on, they're flashing. Those are the blinkers. This here turned out to be the brakes, the brake plates itself. So you have brakes, you got the right side and left sides in the back. And the parking lights is this one here. This is the parking lights. That's the one that's off. That's the one that's probably burned up this rivet. These sockets get tired and they break. But yeah, the point in the middle is probably all corroded, but it looks good to me. But this here is actually the brake light. This one here is for the passenger and this is for the driver's side. You press on the brakes, they work. That's why when I put a jumper on that, I had the brake lights on. I was curious. So I have one jumper and that's coming from, I'm using the top when I disconnected this one, the top lights. That's this one here, and I'm jumping that to the bottom, so the tops are the same as the bottoms now. So that's all I have to do with that. And then the main thing about it is to make sure that the wires are on the inside and they're tucked in. And you always use a drip loop or any kind of a loop like this. And we call it drip loops, but really for this method is so you have slack, so it never pulls off. And then once that's on there, then you put the 2 bolts on. And that's these 2 bolts I have here, which you always want to disconnect this harness. But the main thing about it is to get this bolted on, which I'll show you. Okay, I had to put a new bolt here. This one here was stripped. The water came in, and that's where the corrosion was on that one. And this is the original one, but I put a longer one on here, and that way that's tight. Now this is all sealed. It's got a little seal there, but you want to make sure that's all good. Looks like this was a ground wire. They had some problems with that one problem, but now it's all legal now. But I didn't have any parking lights, but turn signals, brake lights I do, as you can see. I got the turn signal and the parking lights, the corner lights. Tops are already on, except for the back clearance, but they were off. Just the side yellows. I'm using the side yellows on right and left to the bottom right and left, and the back for license plate light and the parking light. And at first I put the jumper on, that was the brake lights. So when I press on the brake, sure enough the backs do go. So I'm legal now. But I gotta go to Minneapolis. That's about an hour of my time. But you have to do it. If not, you'll have to wait till they come to work, and mechanics and all that have to look at it and do the same thing I did. As long as you bring your own tools, you bring, like my bag is all for electronics and all that. I noticed somebody really messed up there. This thing's bulging way out. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like the fifth plate got locked on there and yanked on it and pulled on it. So you can see the damage of this. But it's an old one. I liked my last one I had. But yeah, I'll take this one. It's legal now. But having it off, shutting off the four ways. Now we can go down the road legal. But they got the chicken lights on top, but nothing on the bottom. Looks like they did have them. See, they did have them. You see, they have the lights. See, it shows that they did have lights down here. They took them off. Yep, see here. They had the hole and all that. And they left the ones on top on. But yeah, they had chicken lights on each one. We call them chicken lights because you scare the dark. That's why they call them that. But all right, I'm legal now. Nobody's gonna mess with me. Even the license plate lights on. All right, I already bumped the tires. Got the lock on, the seal, and this is Starbucks coffee stuff. I take over to Minneapolis. They open at 7. It's 5 hours, so I'll be right there about 6 in the morning. Get unloaded. Well, there's always something, but you gotta be patient. Sometimes you have to stop being a driver and be a mechanic and just get that done. It's your career, your license. It's all about that when you're a truck driver. It's any fault, it'll be yours. You get pulled over, it's your record, you know, that kind of stuff. Everybody will try to help you, but again, it's the driver's fault for not doing a proper DOT inspection. Alright, this is what it looks like with all the lights on now. Now I'm legal. But I used the top lights and brought them down. I jumped it. So you could see when you got a bind like that, you gotta do something. That's why you always bring your tools. And that bolt was stripped, so I got extra bolts. But everything looks good. I got top lights. That's the way it should be now. But this trailer was probably looking really nice when they had the bottom lights too. But I'll go down the road looking like this. Half chicken lights. That's the way it goes. Only thing left is slide my axles up because I'm only 5,000 pounds, so I'll slide it up. And then hit the road, and then I'll get there at 6 in the morning instead of 5 in the morning. Well, that's about it. Back to being a trucker again. Oh, looks like the lights worked. I'm in Minneapolis. But that's the main thing, is to always stop and fix everything before you take off. If not, you regret it. So she delivering on time. It looks like the lights worked out pretty good. But I gotta check in now. It's 7:30 Monday. A couple days before 4th of July, so it'll be a little busy. This place here is really a hard one to go in because you got docks on both sides. You gotta squeeze through many to get through it. But the years I've been working is just like Chicago. You can see how people park here, and it blocks other people. You want to really stay out of everybody's way. But where I park, back there, they don't have anybody in those loading docks, so that's good to go. We'll see how busy it is. I usually get a door right away, and you see many of them parked right over here, right in front of everybody. But those are the first timers, but I've been here many times. QCD, Quality Custom Distribution Service. I give them Starbucks coffee. This is where you check in. Never ending. All right. just checked in. I usually get this door here where there's a drop trailer right now. It'll be one of these doors. But she's gonna call me. Yeah, all these doors are full. Really, they have to get the QCD drivers out of here. And then the long hauls can get in here. But that's all it's about. Hurry up and wait. I usually park out in the street and then sleep overnight. And then come in here. It looks like everybody else is doing their own way. I used to park like that between two loading docks until I realized out here is more better. But right here is where they don't use any of these docks, so this is where you should park. But she's gonna call me, and then that's it. It's all about hurry up and wait. But at least the lights are all fixed. It's all about this bolt here. This one right there I replaced. Now it's sealed up really good. But that side there, that's where the water came in and corroded that end. But it works out pretty good now. I'm really concerned about this damage. That's big damage right there. See how that whole plate got ripped up. I blame that on the fit plate. Usually they jump the kingpin and the fit plate is rocked back and it hooks on there. But that's rookie error. Well, yeah, that's it. Looks like they bumped it up pretty good. But it's pretty tired trailer out. Oh well. As long as it's legal. Got in the door now. That was a good 3-hour wait. But I gotta chalk this. It's got sensors on here. If you don't chalk it, you can see this chalk here has got a sensor. Once you do that, then you can see the light will go to chalk mode. Zoom that so you can see that. So if you take it out, then you can see it goes off. That's how that works. Chalking. Alright. Let's zoom that. There you go. But it's not that much of a load here. They said I got a backhaul already, so we'll see where I go next. But looks like I'm all done here. Pull out and shut the doors once they give me the paperwork. Alright, I'm empty now. Looks like they got me set to go to Rochester to that waste management. Old rusty little dog. Even has a little leveler there. He gives you the weight, how much. Can't go over 34, that's 34,000. But it looks like the other pins need to be locked. Let's see if my straps are in here. Yeah, got my straps back. Yeah, it'll be a load of that cardboard. I gotta take it to ND Papers in Wisconsin Rapids. Last time I did that, I ended up dropping it off at Quick Trip. But we'll see if I can make it there. It's pretty late, but should get there. They close at 5, but I should be alright. It's about 90 miles away from Minneapolis to Rochester. So I gotta make sure once I get it loaded. The other place is 24 hours, so it's pretty good. You always have to check the top to make sure that's good. Of course, always lock it. Many times these things don't work, and believe it or not, they bounce and the doors will go open on you. It's really weird, Murphy's Law. But it's all about getting over there before they close. They don't like it when you get there after 3 o'clock. So we'll see how that works out. Never ending.